Nah. Hello, guys. I'm actually gonna take a different approach with this one. I think lately I've noticed a lot, and I actually want to give some tips now. Because there's a lot of especially in this area. For some reason, there's a lot of people who are stressed, and it's okay because I know they can get over it. But I want to explain like what I mean. Today is Friday, August 14th. I don't know if I've been putting the years, but I think it should be on the video. But it's still 2015. I don't know. I don't know if there's on the video or not. But it is 7:35 p.m. And this is actually more serious than I thought, because for some reason I seriously forgot. Like, I want you guys to take a second and think of something you used to do, but you don't do anymore, and then ask yourself why. And I want you to pause when you say why, because I think I can answer your question. Not 100% sure, but I think I get it. I know for me, it has been stress, and I have been noticing what I've been doing. Like, compared to what I used to do, I'm like, well, I used to do this and used to do that, but I didn't understand why I stopped. What stopped me from continuing or to feel, motivated or something? I was like, I would tell myself, well, I feel like I'm, going under stress or something, but I didn't understand those words. What I'm saying is, stress and life in general can be mentally driven by the words you say. Such as, because back in the day, I used to be a very positive person. It didn't matter what situation it was, I would always be like, stay positive, and I would even give some helpful hints and stuff about, some better options. Because there was please don't take this out of context and think negative about this, but there were a lot of people who did certain things to themselves, self-harm, and I would tell them there's a better way. Like, you don't have to do that. And then I stopped and thought, I was like, well, if I told them back then there was a better way, what was it that I told them that was a better method? Well, I'm not sure why they do it, but I'm pretty sure stress is in the mix alongside of, feeling overwhelmed or oppressed or something like that. And it's possible, because I felt pretty much lately, or in the past, in that zone. And I was like, wow, I'm starting to really resonate with this. And only till now did I realize, hey, I think I understand why they were going through this stuff. Not fully sure if that's why, but now it makes more sense. But now I'm like more positive about it. Like, I'm not being too optimistic that I'm being ignorant. No. I'm like, well, I understand now that the reason I was so overwhelmed in my head and stuff, because I stopped being positive. Like, and I guess the reason I stopped being positive, because I was thinking I was being, just Mr. Ooh, goody goody shoes or something. And in my head, I was like, hey, I shouldn't be like that. I should also understand things. But that's the thing. I am understanding things, but I'm also keeping the positive light there, so then I won't, overload myself. Because otherwise I'd be it wouldn't balance out. I would be stressed out and then have all this knowledge, and that wouldn't make sense. When I could be positive, have all this knowledge, and also reach out to others in a more positive light. And then if I keep faking it, of course, that could probably lead to depression or something. Because, if you're not really being yourself, that also can go through your head. All right. Basically, there's tips on stress. And I literally just looked all this stuff. Basically, you want to make sure you're identifying warning signs. Such as, like I said earlier, stuff that you say. Like, oh, I can't do this, or oh, I can't do that. I used to actually really get upset with people. Like, legitly mad. Because anybody who knows me as in my friend circle, I used to get mad at people. Like, I would be doing flips or something, martial arts or something, outside recess or at the river or something, park. And if they told me they can't, and they would listen to me too, how I said things, and they told me they can't, I was like, don't say that. And even my nieces, like if I called them up right now, or they were here around me like they were in my videos, if she said can't, she would pause and look at me and be like, I mean, and she would say something else, because she knows, hey, that's not a good, good idea. Because what you're doing is you're feeding yourself lies, pretty much, because you can. You may not be able to at the moment because, you're learning, but that doesn't mean you should also down yourself. It's just like you're being a bully to yourself. It's like, oh, I can't do this or that. It's like, no. You got it a little different. Let me help you out. You're learning. Do not, don't be ignorant to the fact that, thinking that you can do it over the top and be the best of all, don't be ignorant that unless you're just that talented. Some people are. I'll admit that. Some people can just get like that. I've told that to a lot of people who try to practice martial arts or flipping or something with me. And yeah, some people can catch it on spot, but some people need just a little push or something to get them to understand things. Now, you always want to make sure you look out for those warning signs. Never say can't, or I don't know, or I feel bad, or stuff like that. Try to really practice positive stuff. Practice smiling, practice saying more positive stuff, because you're putting yourself in that zone. You're like, oh yeah, well, you might feel like you can't or whatever, but really, when you're starting to say these words, you're encouraging yourself. It's just like as your friend or buddy was like, dude, it's okay, man. Maybe next time. You may feel like crap, but the fact that he said, dude, it's okay, you can do it next time, that's a positive light, and it shine right through you. And you're like, oh, well, I'm glad I had this support. Well, now you need self-support, just in case you don't have your friend cycle around you. Like, you could be, you moved or something, you're a new kid at school or something, and you don't have that old friend zone. I mean, you might actually still have it, via phone or internet, but it's not around you. And so you might feel, oh, well, life isn't the same or something, but it is. You just have to have self-encouragement. It's like, friends can be there, anybody can be there for you, but you have to still have that self-encouragement. You need to make sure you're identifying triggers too. Like, it could be you at work, or you not getting a lot of sleep or something. And those are like things that you need to like really remember. Like, if you're not getting a lot of sleep, you'll start feeling fatigue and stuff. And I've definitely felt that lately, and I don't know why. I haven't got enough sleep, basically. Establish routines. Basically, if you always eat at 3 o'clock, or you always go with your friends at 5 or something like that, and then you, like, I don't know, when you have a scheduled thing going on, and I guess things don't work out. Like, say you have to go pay bills at 5 o'clock, and then the bill place closes at 4 or something. I don't know. You basically have a routine that you always do. Basically notice that, hey, if I can't do it, don't worry about it. Don't even say can't. If you're not able to do it right now, you can do it later. I don't say push it on for tomorrow. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying don't think the world ends because you weren't able to do it that day. Like, if your rent was due tomorrow or something, like August 15th. If your rent's due August 15th, you're like, dang, I really need to pay it. I don't have the money right now. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, calm down. One, you will pay it. I mean, they will get their money one way or the other. They probably might add on, like, what, $45 for a late fee or something. But eventually, whenever you get your money, they'll get paid. Everything's okay. You don't have to, like, scream, yell, and run around and get upset. If you have to call your mom or something just to, calm yourself down, do it. Like, do not stress about bills. I am learning that very much now. Like when I keep saying I'm doing this all on my own and stuff, like I'm learning all this stuff all on myself. Well, not really. I'm actually learning from slightly some family members and a little about myself. And some people that I just met actually gave me some tips and stuff. So I'm like, I'm learning and I'm like, hey guys, you guys might be struggling with this too. Let me teach you because I had the hardest time. I'm pretty sure you might need it. All right, so not only will you have established routines, spending time with people who care about you, like your friends, that actually helps. That's what I was talking about earlier. You want to make sure that okay, I want to stop there. Some people have the hardest time being social and having friends, and that part can be hard. But it's not. I mean, no. Okay, it can be difficult, but think about it this way. They don't necessarily have to be really close friends to you. It just could be somebody to talk to. Like, you don't have to be buddy, hey, let's hang out and, flip around or whatever. You don't have to have that. That's a luxury. Think about it. You could literally walk around town. I'm not saying talk to strangers, but you could literally walk around town, because I have, and you could say something. You say you're in a store and you're talking to somebody. And you try to talk to somebody because some people are socially awkward where they can't talk to anybody. I have a little bit of that too. But I'm slowly, practicing, hey, let me start talking to people. And actually I've noticed a lot of people are friendly. I mean, some people can be mean. I'll admit that. Some people can be mean. Or they'll be like, hi, or something. That's okay. Maybe they're also struggling with something. They're trying to understand something. Don't get upset because someone says something bad. It happens because you got to think about it. You got to imagine them as you, in a sense. Don't do that too often because that can get confusing. Imagine you in their position. Like, imagine as if you were, having a bad day or something, and empathize, basically. Empathize with them. Like, imagine as if you're also having a grumpy day or something based off what they said. If they say something like, leave me alone or something, they either might be going through something personal, but don't take it personal. In other words, be like, okay, say something positive after that. Like, if you're religious, you can say, God bless you, like, please have a wonderful day or something. Something positive. Even though they don't know you, really, somewhere subconsciously, that helps. Because it's just like someone randomly like, it's all right, man. It's a pat on the back. It's like, you could be walking around town, longboarding or something, or just having just a bad day, and then you're in a store, and next thing you know, someone's like, dude, man, I hope you have a better day tomorrow. They don't know you. They don't know if you're having a bad day. It's just the fact that you said something, and then you're like, wow. You start thinking like, wow, I don't even know this guy, and he just kind of gave me a little nudge or something. If you'll feel it, you're like, that's positive. I don't know. It works. It's a psychological thing, but it works. It actually does. It's strange. Also, look after your health. Make sure you're eating healthy. I know that's a struggle because money can get, a little difficult. But there's still ways to eat healthy. You can bake food. You can cut down off sugar. Like, if you're always like me, trying to eat cereal, cookies, and all that stuff, you don't have to eat that. That's a luxury. So if you're trying to eat healthy, try to cut down on all that stuff. Like, man, yeah, I would really love to eat some ice cream and stuff right now, but you know what? Maybe I'll do that Friday, or maybe I'll do that every other Thursday or something, just to treat yourself. And that's always a good thing. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. I've noticed a lot of people actually, some people actually are allergic to water. I mean, hear me out. They're not allergic to water because that sounds, redundant and silly because, we're made of 95% of water or something like that. But they're allergic for certain things that people put in water, like, I don't know, there's certain chemicals, like when it goes through the process, like that Fiji stuff. Fiji has like a certain chemical in it, even though they say it's natural spring water. I don't think, no, it don't make sense, because I think it has a high zinc or something. I don't know. But I know one person who is allergic to Fiji water, and I was actually scared for him, because that was, ooh. But yeah, but drink plenty of water. I know this one is difficult, because a lot of people are like, oh, well, I don't like the taste of water. Well, yeah, some people, I don't find the difference of it. Like, it's water. It's like, I played with water so long when I was a little kid. It was like, I understand, but I have to understand on other people's levels. Like, some people don't like water based on the taste, or if they're eating something, they're so used to drinking sodas, they're always, thinking of something sweet. Well, try actually drinking water after you eat. Practice doing that, because it improves your health, because not only will you keep up, give me a second, keep yourself hydrated, because sodas can hydrate you. It's, carbohydrates, but not as much as water. I mean, tea is useful. Tea actually helps with stress also. Not sure how. Not really sure how. So don't take me, full word on word. If you can, please look these things up. Google it. I have Googled a lot of stuff. Google all these things so you can also, start practicing things for yourself. You do not have, okay, I want to quote this one. You do not have to rely on a lot of people. Now, when I said the whole friends thing, that's why I said self-encouragement helps better. Because if you're always relying on friends to always be around you, when they're not around, you may feel compelled or even more stressed when they're not around. Like, technically right now, I feel slightly stressed out. I'll admit, I feel slightly stressed out because my roommate, Chris, isn't around, and that's the person I'm used to being always around. So there's a slight dissonance between me and my roommate, and I'm over here like, oh man, I wish he was here. I know I hate certain things he does or whatever, but I'm like, man, that guy, he was still pretty cool. That's you have to get away from those things, because that's an attachment. You are friends, yeah, and you are, buddies. You can miss people, that's fine, but don't let that hinder you. Like, if you start seeing a negative light out of it, don't let it like struggle you or like choke you. But like, I understand that Chris, wants to do what he needs to do. I'm happy for that. Whether it's relationship, friendship, don't matter. It really don't, because you can fall in love with your phone. I've seen people who actually are in love with their phone, and if they feel dissonance by their phone if they lost it or broke it. And that's a real thing. That's no joke. That's legit, actually. That could be phones, any material items. It's a personal, trying to think of the word, relationship with a certain person, place, or thing. Because some people could love the Bahamas and be like, man, I'm over here in Chicago, but man, I wish I was back in the Bahamas because this. I actually seen that happen. It wasn't the Bahamas. It was somewhere near, I don't know, I'm trying to remember, but it was a friend who went on like some sort of vacation type thing, and when he came back over here to visit us, he would talk nonstop about that certain place he went to and how much he wanted to go back because he had a great experience. And I understand that's beautiful, but don't let that hinder your life. Don't let that, because I don't know if that affected him any, but don't get attached and let that hinder you. But like, be able to, be like water and like let it just pass by. Don't let it like choke you out. No, yeah, I've already said. The other one is notice your self-talk, and I already said that. Basically, what you say, as far as can't, I don't know how, or stuff like that. Think of more positive things, because even though it sounds silly, and you think about it and be like, why would that affect my day? Well, think about it. If you said all these negative things and you started feeling negative about a lot of stuff, or not even caring, Apathy is a big thing that people don't understand. Like, there's a difference between not caring and apathy. I don't know. I think I got that right. But there's a big difference. It's like, because people say they don't care, but obviously if you acknowledge that you don't care, you obviously have a significant care of some sort. But if you truly don't care, you don't. Just like somebody was like, hey, you're cool. You acknowledged that it was cool. Okay. I don't know. Sorry. We got on a tangent there. That was actually irrelevant. But also, last but not least, please practice relaxing. Some people meditate. I used to, actually, which I really need to get back into. But you don't have to meditate. But try to relax. Rather, it's taking a bath. Like, this is weird, and a lot of guys, you don't hear a lot of guys doing it, but I actually used to, when I was in college, because I used to get this weird, like, random stress stuff, and I'd be like, whatever, classes, and I gotta do this, gotta do that, and I would just be, like, so overwhelmed. I don't know if I felt this overwhelmed, like, so overwhelmed back in college versus now, I guess, doing the whole bills and stuff. I don't know. I can't really remember, but I used to take baths, and I started looking up stuff, I guess, how to relax. I started looking up stuff like that because I was like, I'm under a lot of stuff, but I remember, this is why I took baths. This is why. I remembered a time where my mother would, be stressed out about something, and she always took baths, and I was always wondering why. I was like, it's a waste of time. You could just take a shower, go do the next thing. It's quick, fast, and hurry. I'm in my head trying to shorten things out. I'm like, well, I don't see why you do that. I'm in my head. I'm like, I'm positive and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't know why you take a bath when you could just take a shower and finish out whatever you were trying to do. I don't know. I was ignorant. I'll admit. Back then, I have a moments, but I didn't understand. Is pretty much what I'm saying. And now when I went to college, I was like, oh, okay. I started looking up stuff because I started looking up a lot of things, actually. Because back in college, I was a cheerleader. I was cheerleading for the Three Rivers Raiders. And, I would come back from weightlifting or whatever, or maybe practice from picking up the girls and tossing them, all that stuff. And I would be sore. And I remembered from, like, different either books or movies or something where athletes would, like, get in a tub, either an ice bath or they would take an ice shower. And I would see these things, like, but that also helps with stress, like taking cold showers and stuff. Actually, I probably need to hit that up very soon because I'm actually pretty sore today. But, yes. So I remembered that. I was like, okay, cool. And then I remembered another thing. I was like, there's bath salts. Now, it's not necessary. You don't have to do it. But I was studying about it, and I'm not sure how 100% it is. It felt nice, though. That's all I can say. I was like, it felt nice, It actually felt pretty good. So, keep those in mind. Identify the warning signs, identify the triggers, establish routines, spending time with people you care about, look after your health, notice your self-talk, how you're talking to yourself, and then practice relaxing. And I literally just learned that now, and I was like, that is the best thing I could think about for a conversation that happened today, because really all that happened personally to me, to keep in my vlog today was I was trying to pay bills. Literally, I walked around town all day because I don't have a vehicle yet. I walked around town, or longboarded because I have a skateboard. I never bring the board in here to show that. I walked around town all day and paid bills. And actually, I didn't even get to pay bills because I didn't have certain paperwork for this or that. And I was like, and so in my head, I'm like, what? You mean I walked around all this time and I still can't do nothing? Can't. You hear that? I haven't been able to. But that's what I'm saying now. When I was looking up these videos about like stress management, I was like, wow, I forgot about all this stuff. And I literally said those words that I don't say. You know, it's kind of like taboo. It's like, oh, hold up. I don't think you understand. You know. But yeah, that's all for today. I hope that helps out. I've noticed the videos are getting long. I'm sorry, guys, but it help. I feel like it helps people. You know, maybe when you watch it, you feel one. You know, like we're talking to each other face to face. I know a lot of people who get very strong about watching videos, and you know, if you feel comfortable by talking or listening to people talk, that's fine. You know, whatever helps. You know, but please take these into consideration. Heck, stay calm and cool and collected. These words should not be neglected. Stay calm and cool and collected. These words should not be neglected. But let's finish it off like we usually do. So long, farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. Bye, y'all. I had to make a funny face.